Imagine standing in the presence of a machine that looks like it has just been sculpted by the wind itself. This is the Ferrari Monza SP1, and it isn't just a car. It's a piece of art that happens to be brutally fast. At first glance, it's impossible to ignore the sheer purity of its design. The bodywork is incredibly low and wide, hugging the ground with a predatory stance. From the front, the single-piece clamshell bonnet flows seamlessly into the prominent wheel arches, creating a surface that is both muscular and delicate. The signature Ferrari grille is there, but it's almost a subtle nod to tradition, integrated into a front fascia that is all about aerodynamic efficiency. You'll notice the headlights are sleek, almost invisible slits giving the car a focused, almost angry expression as it stares down the road. The finish is immaculate, and every curve has a purpose, guiding air not just for cooling, but to pin the car to the tarmac. As you walk around the side, the true audacity of the Monza SP1 begins to reveal itself. The first thing that hits you is the absence of a roof. Then, you realize there's no windscreen either. This is a barchetta in its purest form, a concept that takes you back to the glory days of 1950s racing, but with a futuristic twist. The profile is a single, uninterrupted line that flows from the tip of the nose, arches over the front wheel, and then dramatically dips down before sweeping up again to form the rear haunch. It's a profile made famous by Ferrari's limited edition icons, but the most striking detail is the cockpit. The SP1 is a strict single-seater. There's no passenger seat. The driver is cocooned in their own dedicated space, separated from the rest of the world by a small carbon fiber blade that runs along the right-hand side of the car. It's a selfish design, focused entirely on the driver's experience. To get in, you swing the door upwards and forward, a classic Le Mans-style opening that reveals a cabin that is just as minimalist as the exterior. Moving to the back, this is where the Monza SP1 plants its flag. The rear end is dominated by a pronounced tail, which isn't just a stylistic choice, it's a virtual roll bar, a structural element that houses the air intakes and creates that iconic step design language. The taillights are sleek circular LED units that nod to the past, while the twin exhausts are positioned high and center, a signature Ferrari touch that ensures the car's soundtrack is broadcast clearly to anyone lucky enough to be behind it. The diffuser is aggressive and purposeful, showcasing that underneath the beauty, this is a serious piece of machinery. Every louver, every vent you see is functional, working to manage the immense heat from the powertrain and create downforce without the need for a large, clumsy wing. Let's talk about that powertrain. Under that long bonnet lies the heart of a thoroughbred, a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine. This is the same engine family found in the 8012 Superfast, producing a colossal 8010 horsepower. But in the Monza, it feels even more potent because of the experience surrounding it. When you press the starter button and that V12 barks to life, there's no windscreen or roof to filter the sound. The induction roar is in your ears, the exhaust note is at your back, and you feel every single revolution in your chest. It's an intoxicating, overwhelming sensory assault. Ferrari claims it will sprint to 62 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds and onto over 106 miles per hour. But numbers don't tell the story. The story is the violent, seamless surge of power from the dual-clutch gearbox, the way the engine sings its mechanical symphony as it climbs towards its 8,500 pm red line. It's an experience that engages every sense. The engineering that went into making the SP1 drivable without a windscreen is fascinating. At high speeds, the airflow would normally make such a car unbearable. Ferrari's solution is an ingenious piece of design called the virtual windshield. Integrated into the dashboard, just ahead of the steering wheel, is a patent-pending system that channels air up and over the cockpit. It creates a bubble of relative calm around the driver's head. You can be traveling at over 120 miles per hour, and while you feel the wind rushing past your shoulders, your head remains in a stable, quiet pocket of air. It's a magical feeling, like you're part of the car and the elements, but not a victim of them. Step inside and the driver-focused philosophy is absolute. The cabin is an exercise in reduction. The steering wheel, sourced from the Ferrari F1 program, houses all the major controls. Flappy paddles for the gears are mounted directly to the steering column, so they're always within reach. There's no infotainment screen cluttering the view. Instead, a large digital instrument cluster bends around the driver, displaying everything you need to know. The materials are the best in the world: hand-stitched leather, exposed carbon fiber, and beautiful aluminum details. It feels special, not just luxurious. The single seat itself is a carbon fiber shell trimmed in leather and designed to hold you firmly in place during the immense cornering forces this car can generate. Storage is an afterthought, but there is a cleverly designed compartment in the tail for a couple of custom-fit helmet bags, because let's face it, on a longer journey, you'll probably want some eye protection. The unique selling point of the Ferrari Monza SP1 is its place in history. It's the first in a series of limited edition Icona models from Ferrari, inspired by legendary cars like the 166 MEM and the 750 Monza of the 1950s. Ferrari built a tiny number of them, and each one was sold to a select group of clients before it was even publicly unveiled. This scarcity and its position as the start of a new lineage make it an instant collectible. But more than that, it represents a bold statement from Ferrari. In an era of increasing safety regulations and digital screens, they built this raw, analog-feeling single-seater speed demon that prioritizes emotion above all else. Driving the Monza SP1 isn't about getting from A to B. It's about the journey, the noise, the wind, and the theater of the experience. It is, without a doubt, one of the most extreme and beautiful driver's cars ever created.